is 9:30 on a Thursday night, and you're tuned in to Rip Radio Network, which can mean one and only thing, that this is Chip Chat. Welcome to Chip Chat, everybody. I am Chip, and joining me tonight is, in place of Tez is away. We'll explain why in a second. I don't know how to describe you exactly. Former colleague, but not anymore. Now just friend.
Yes.
Not because we got fired or anything. But
No.
we just don't work at the same place anymore.
Yes.
Long-suffering Bears fan. I feel like that's your title. That's a fair way to describe you?
Yes, that's fair.
Yeah. Formerly long-suffering Cubbies fan too, but then finally got over that hump.
Yeah, but it's still not the same. But I digress. We'll table that for the moment.
All right, but anyway, who are you?
My name is Changa.
That's Changa. Changa is here with me as I feel like this feels right.
It does. Thanks, Chip, for inviting me here. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah.
And hey, man, I'm ready to have some fun.
I feel like you're well suited to this. Because radio is one of the only places where being able to talk nonstop for an unlimited amount of time is rewarded.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
He is not in charge of the music tonight. For everybody who's listening and worried, that's fine. We've got a Brian for that. So
Brian's taking care of music?
Yeah, Brian
I thought I was in charge. No.
We will not. Changa's jukebox will not be out tonight.
All right. Okay.
That's okay. We have quality music.
Got it. I like Brian.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, Brian's on it. Shout out to Brian, our producer, by the way. He's the whitest thing on this network since the newest iPhone. Okay, so Tez is gone because he is at a talk or trying to get an interview with Nicole Hannah-Jones. Mm-hmm. We're hoping. I don't know. It's probably not going to work out. But if she gets here, then we can find out what did happen in 1619.
Oh, yeah.
That would be pretty interesting.
That would be.
And also, I want to know if we can have a Pulitzer, too, because what we do is pretty similar to what she does.
You ask a lot, but you make your ask count. So, I think.
Well, she's a brilliant journalist and reporter. We're also brilliant reporters. Fake news.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, so we wish Tez luck. Good luck. Please score that interview. We did score a big interview for later in December. Actually, 2 big interviews for later in December, which we can't talk about right now, but we will be talking about later. Also, we want to remind everybody that tonight is exactly 1 month to the Rippies.
Oh, wow.
The Rippies are going to be December 18th. That's 1 month from today at the Hilton on Capitol Hill. Mm-hmm. And we're hosting it.
Wow.
Yeah, me and Tez are hosting. I was starting to write jokes tonight. Hopefully, by a month they'll be funny.
I think so. This is like a BFD. No pressure, Tez, but
no, it's fine. Yeah. He's funny.
Okay, all right.
I'm there for looks.
We're in trouble. You guys are in trouble.
Also, to remind everybody, if you want to get tickets or you want to go to the Rippies, you need to go vote for us. We're nominating like 18 categories. There's only 5, but we're nominating all of them. And that's right. That's me winning a Rippy, believe it or not. Yeah.
Look, wow. Is that an actual blazer?
That's a fake tuxedo jacket.
Oh, okay.
I got it off of the Amazons for $17.
Wow.
It's all class, baby.
Spared no expense.
It just had to work for one night. I didn't think I was going to win. I was literally at the bar when I won, and Brian came running in and was like, hey, you won. You got to go up there and get your award. And I was like, for what? And he's like, for Personality of the Year. And I was like, I don't have one of those. And sure enough, I won.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So anyway, we want you to vote. So go to the page, go to ripradionetwork.com if you're not already on there watching us now, and click the tab that says Rippies and vote for us. And it says anything that says Chip or Chip Chat in it, vote for that. Like a lot. Yes. Every day, all day. Call your friends, call your neighbors, call everybody you know.
Chip Chat.
You know, you're a Chicago guy, right? Isn't that the thing where you get all the dead people to vote for you? We don't do that anymore, allegedly?
No, yes. No.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So don't get your dead relatives to go vote for Chip Chat. But we definitely want you to try that out.
Yes, please.
Old school Chicago politics.
There you go.
And what else? Oh, yeah, buy our stuff. We got stuff.
Wow.
There's even new stuff.
All right.
We've got there's some new shirts. There's kids shirts now. You can buy kids shirts with Chip Chat on them, which I feel like is a great idea. You should definitely do that.
Yes.
Put our logo on your children. That will definitely help them.
But puppy gear as well.
We have puppy gear,
man.
and as we like to remind people, the dog not included. Neither is the white woman. We don't sell those anymore.
I mean, I could probably no, we
don't buy or sell people. We had a war about this. Remember? There was a Liam Neeson
Wasn't that
movie.
like the War of 1812 or something like that?
It's a little after that.
A little after that? Oh, okay.
Somewhere in the 1860s.
Gotcha.
I think. Yeah. I don't remember.
No,
we don't teach that in history class anymore because Glenn Youngkin won.
Absolutely.
So I don't have to learn that.
No.
This is Virginia. Okay, so we're going to do all that. We've also got a bunch of interesting stuff. We're going to talk about the coup and the guy who's going to jail for like 3 years. There's ketchup from Mars. We're going to find out why we have no friends now because we're grown.
Yeah,
and, of course, Taylor Swift made our show, which that tracks. If you're a longtime listener to this show, you know how often we talk about Taylor Swift.
She is awesome.
Oh, I'm
Taylor
sure.
Swift is
I own 2 of her records, her first 2 records. But now I got to rebuy them.
You do.
Because I want to support her and not the guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. She record all of her country music too, though.
She does, man.
Because I like that. That's when I bought her record.
This woman is unbelievable.
She's something. Yeah, well, hopefully she can make everybody vote. All right. So that's what we're going to do. So, Changa, do you have your word?
I do.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I hope I have my word. I hope it works out.
Me too.
As we're getting ready to go into Thanksgiving and such. So, sit back, grab some
lotion.
It's sweet potato pie time. You're listening to the best show, the only show, Chip Chat on Ripped Radio Network. Welcome back to Chip Chat here on Rip Radio Network. I'm your host, Chip. With me tonight is Changa, filling in for Tez. They can't see you smile, so you have to say things.
Hey, guys.
This is radio.
Hey, guys.
There you go. That's your tagline now.
There it is. Hey, guys.
That's a Changaism.
There you go.
There are a number of those.
More. Yes, they'll come out.
Yeah,
they'll come out.
Schedule. They're scheduled to appear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, speaking of scheduled to appear, Jacob Chansley, who you probably know as the QAnon shaman. He's by far the most recognizable part of the attack on the Capitol that happened January 6th, which I want to remind everybody, the 1-year anniversary of will be on a Thursday, and we will be on air.
Wow.
As far as I know, unless Trump cancels us by then. But I imagine, no, the owner of the network, Trump, the good Trump. Yeah, there's 2 of them. The second worst one.
Gotcha.
So we'll be doing something for it, commemorating it in some way, shape, or form.
And we should.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna do. Maybe we'll do it on location.
Oh wow!
We can do it live from the Capitol.
Yeah, definitely.
Apparently, there's no security. You can just sort of walk up.
Oh, okay.
Like Jacob Chansley did. So here's what happened. This guy was one of the rioters who stormed the Capitol. He looks like he's got a dead raccoon on his head.
He's a patriot.
I don't know what those horns are about, but
no.
It's a buffalo, right? He's from the Flintstones. He's from the Water Buffalo Lodge. So he got caught It's pretty hard to hide if that's what you look like.
Yeah.
So he got busted, and they threw him in jail, and he spent like all his time in jail, like pre-trial, crying about how he didn't have organic food, and the jail was hard.
That's legit. That's
and
a
it was
legitimate complaint, though, man.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
he wants
I've
prison
spent
food is
zero
terrible.
time in jail, but it is horrible. It's pretty bad.
Yes, it's prison.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be nice.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Well, something, do the crime, do the time, something.
Yeah.
Considering all the people who haven't actually done anything, who spend a lot of time behind bars, compared to this dude who very definitely did something, he can eat some of the green bologna for a little while.
Okay.
That's organic. It's green.
Yeah, it is.
That means it's organic.
If you say so.
How is he going to know? Anybody who tells you they know something's organic, unless they grew it themselves, is full of shit. Like, how are they going to know?
Well, that's one
it's
way
got
of
an
looking at
organic
it.
label on it. Yeah, sure.
Right.
Lead's
Putting
organic.
the vaccine into salad dressing.
Right. Thanks, General Flynn. So Chansley got busted. He got sentenced this week.
Yes.
And that's the big thing, is that he got sentenced to 40 some odd months.
41, I don't know, some odd months.
Yeah, there you go. 41 months in prison. Mm-hmm. And then he also was in for 10 months, so that gets knocked off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So he's got 31 months to do.
Something like that. He's got 31 months to do.
So that's still like 3 years. It's pretty good.
Yeah, well, considering that, he punched a Capitol police officer, broke into the Capitol, various other felonies, whatever you want to call it. I mean, yeah.
He was carrying around a 6-foot spear.
Yeah, see, yeah. Okay.
So he got to address the court and explain, sort of why he did this. And
now that's interesting. That's something I would actually love to hear.
Well, you can. You can, if you want, go back and listen to some of this, or at least read it in the public record, because that's how federal court works, or U.S. courts, all the courts work, that you can go read anything that anybody says. It all gets recorded. And he did a bunch of stuff, like where he talked about how he was quoting Gandhi and Jesus, and he also said that, like, he looks at himself in the mirror every day and says how stupid this was, which, it's good that prison's got mirrors in it.
But that's impressive, though. You can go from breaking into the capital of the United States one moment, and you're quoting Jesus and Gandhi. I mean, that is...
Gandhi would allow his loyalty to God and truth to guide him to accepting responsibility, Chansley said. I was wrong for entering the Capitol. I have no excuse whatsoever. My behavior was indefensible. That's pretty impressive, because most of the other people who have been convicted or pled guilty to these things have not, as they say, allocuted to their crimes. They have just said, no, we were there on Trump's orders, and this is all bullshit, and we're not going to be, railroaded by these kangaroo courts.
Wow.
So he's going to go do his time, and he also spent some time kissing the judge's ass about his military service, which is pretty good. And he quoted Martin Luther King, of course, because all white people in trouble have to quote Martin Luther King. That's a rule.
Yes, it is. That's an unspoken rule.
I think it's written down.
It's definitely unspoken.
Yeah,
maybe it is written, but no. You have to. It's
but
a
only
rite of
that
passage,
one
man.
thing that they know about. They only know about that one piece of that one speech. Judge not by the content of the character, and dream and the children playing together.
Yes.
They have no idea the most of the speech beforehand, or any of that other stuff that he said.
Yeah, just stuff.
Or any of the letters from Birmingham. Okay, so that's all pretty funny. But what we want to show you tonight is some footage, or play for you some footage of Chansley's lawyer, whose name is Albert Watkins. He referred to his own client as having a schizophrenic personality disorder. He called all of the people who did participate in the coup attempt on January 6th short bus people. That was a direct quote. And and also called them jackasses and a bunch of other things. This is fantastic.
This is great. And this guy, if I may say, Attorney Watkins is a complete and utter stud.
Yeah, I mean, and you should go look up some of his other stuff that he has said. It's fantastic.
Wow.
If I ever get in trouble, this is the guy I need.
This is the guy.
Yeah. So without further delay, let us play for you this clip of Albert Watkins after his client was convicted. He gets asked this question like,
what do I think about his what?
What is an appropriate accountability for former President Trump?
Well, if you're asking my opinion, my opinion is meaningless. I will say that I would probably be far more effective over a beer with former President Trump, even if he didn't have a beer, because I understand he doesn't drink beer, but I'd have a beer. And I'd tell him, you know what? You got a few fucking things to do, including clearing this fucking mess up and taking care of a lot of the jackasses that you fucked up because of January 6th. Now, in the meantime, I might talk to him about some other things that I'd agree with him on. But my opinion doesn't mean shit.
Okay, then.
That was the most honest lawyer I think I've ever seen in my life.
Exactly.
He said right away that he doesn't. His opinion is worthless.
Yeah.
And that, like, basically, what I took from that I saw very similar in myself. It's like, if I have to be in the room with Trump, I need at least a beer. That's the first thing I heard.
Yes.
Because Trump famously doesn't drink.
Right.
Neither does Biden, for that matter.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there something wrong? I know it's probably off topic, but is there something wrong with people who don't? I don't think I trust somebody who don't drink.
Yeah, that's a very...
Even Jesus drank wine. No,
yeah, he did. He did. Moses too. All of them. It's kind of a big thing. To me, now, unless you have like some very legitimate reason, like you're recovering or whatever. I get that.
No. Very sensitive. That's a very serious thing. Yes.
I can't believe I'm about to say this. In Donald Trump's defense, that is a sentence I've never said before in my life. His brother died of being an alcoholic, and that's why he doesn't drink.
Yeah, that would be enough.
So that's a fairly legitimate reason.
It is.
Biden, I think, is because he's Irish and he doesn't trust himself.
Okay.
And he knows if he starts, sure, man.
Yeah, we know Joe. We know Joe. Yeah, we know Joe
is in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah. So Obama, of course, had beer summits.
He did.
He solved problems with beer.
Exactly. I mean, hey, how else are you going to solve complex issues, man?
Did you not see Hamilton? Right. If you're not getting together over a beer, what are you doing?
Exactly.
So kudos to Mr. Watkins Esquire for his discussion of that. But also, I like that he was like, these guys are a bunch of jackasses, and Trump told him to do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's... what's that thing called? The truth will set you free or make you free or something like that?
Not if you're Jacob Chansley. No, it will not. You are still going to jail for roaming around the Capitol with a giant metal spear. You dummy. Oh, man. All right. Also, there was this other like weird story that like came out with this riot. If you're not following him on Twitter or in general, Scott McFarland is a local Channel 4 reporter who has been assigned this beat by Big NBC.
Okay.
And he covers it extremely well. He publishes all of this stuff with the transcripts from the court stuff and audio and all. It's brilliant. So there was a guy, remember that cop who got tased, Michael Fanone? That's the cop. Okay.
Yes.
He's been on the Hill to testify a few times, got a bunch of tattoos, and cool beard. All right. That dude got tased. The guy who tased him pleaded guilty this week. And we saw some of the transcripts of the conversations he had with the FBI when they were interrogating him about this, which includes notes about how he was crying, sobbing, saying he was stupid, he was an idiot, he can't believe he did this, what a horrible thing he did. They were like, why'd you do it? And he's like, I don't know, I'm just a dummy, I'm so... Like, it's very pathetic.
Wow.
Pitiful. And, in a normal circumstance, I would feel bad for a guy like that.
Okay.
But what he did was try to unmake the country and tase a cop.
I mean, it's completely indefensible.
Yeah.
Who knows what anyone was thinking? Listen, Chip.
I mean, at least he's right about that he didn't know why he was doing it. None of them knows why they were doing it. What they think is their reason for doing it isn't even a thing. So they're just like, when you get down to brass tacks, they're like, I don't know why I did that. The orange guy told me to do it, and I did it. They don't call him that. They call him Papa Trump or whatever.
Wow. Unbelievable. I mean, no. It's just
Jim Jones kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And we all see the result. Yeah. Good job, man. We all see the result of that. I see. But I don't know, man. I have a tough time when especially adults say that they don't know why they. Yes, you did. You did.
Yeah. Just like your kids, you'd be like, "Why'd you do that?" And they're like, "I don't know."
That is a completely legitimate. Exactly.
You don't know anything. You're a kid,
right? Yeah. I just got a feeling.
I wanted to see what would happen.
Exactly. And that's
you've only been on this planet for a couple of years. You probably don't know what will happen.
Right. Right.
This dude was like a grown ass man, and he was like, "Yo, I want to tase this cop," and then because Blue Lives Matter, all lives matter. Much like the lives.
I thought that was Black Lives.
No, it's all lives. Remember, we can't. That it's racist to care about Black lives.
Gotcha.
But it's all lives matter unless they're in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Oh.
And then it's fine.
Then it's
fine to shoot.
That's messy.
It is a little bit, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
You may have stumbled onto something of the intellectual inconsistency of the right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate to burst your bubble, Changa.
Well, listen, you've done it.
I know you thought they were debating in good faith.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to play you a clip of Lauren Boebert later where you can see how she debates anything in good faith. But, yeah, that's pretty good.
Wow.
If you had raided the Capitol, should you go to jail?
Now,
what would you steal?
In all fairness, to answer your initial question, I don't believe I should go to jail because if I'm rioting the Capitol, I'm storming the Capitol. I mean, it's going to be for like some real unjust event that has taken place.
They think that they were doing something for real injustice. I mean, they feel like their cause was just. Now, we happen to know it's not, but like, what would you steal from the Capitol? I know for sure what I would steal.
Let me tell you this. I definitely want an authentic picture of Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
Two-time Speaker
hot.
Nancy Pelosi.
I think she's hot, man. No, really. I think she's just a very attractive woman.
She's from Baltimore, too.
Listen, I got this thing, too. Let me tell you. I got this thing for smart women.
Yeah.
Right? She is. He got me. She's very smart. And, man, I think I would really want to get an authentic, real picture of Nancy.
Just a selfie with Nancy?
I just keep it.
Yeah.
Put it in my shoebox,
Yeah. Just keep that for later.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll call her. We're buddies. As you may know, if you follow our show, who follows us on Twitter is Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton of the District of Columbia. She does. She follows our Twitter page. So, we can probably work that out.
Okay. All right.
We'll get that.
Let's do it.
Get that up there.
Definitely.
If I was going to steal something from the Capitol.
What would you steal?
It would be the John Boehner Memorial handkerchief. Remember, Boehner famously cries about everything?
Yes.
And so he had a hanky or something. I'm sure that's under glass somewhere of Speaker Boehner's crying hanky.
Yeah.
And you know why I would steal it?
Why?
Because he needs it back. He's in Ohio, enjoying his retirement, smoking a pack an hour, guzzling red wine, and hating everybody.
This guy.
And that dude, I never liked Boehner. He and I never got along. I met him a couple times. I didn't punch him. So I get some credit for that.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
He used to drink at the same bar that I did.
About that, man.
But to his credit, he actually does hate a lot of the same stuff I hate.
Really?
Yeah, but he's from Ohio, so that's not good either.
That's not.
But, I would steal him back his hanky.
Wow.
I feel like I owe it to the guy.
And he may need that, too.
Yeah.
He may need that.
Yeah. He's watching his whole thing that he spent his entire life build collapse around him.
Crumble.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, this sucks, and I'm out of wine.
Wow.
Like, don't worry, Johnny. Here's your hanky.
There you go.
I'll run to 7 and get you some wine.
Exactly.
Which kind do you like? The one in the white box or the brown box?
Yeah, give him brown box.
Yeah, whatever. You know, he doesn't care as long as it's red. Merlot. The guy guzzles Merlot like by the gallon. Trash cans of wine. Him and Rudy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's about the only thing they have in common. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about more of these crazy people like trying to unmake the country. But as we promised, we will get to talk about Lauren Boebert and her insanely racist and offensive word salad that she perpetrated on our ears.
It's genius, man.
Yeah.
That's genius. I can't wait to chop it up.
It's going to be a hell of a segment. I can't wait. All right, you're listening to Chip Chat on Ripped Radio Network. Welcome back to Chip Chat here on Rip Radio Network. I'm your host, Chip. With me is Changa.
I'm back.
You are. That was Brass Against, by the way. We've got a couple of their songs I think we're going to play tonight, or at least that one. They factor into the show.
Really?
Yeah, probably
Okay,
not in
right.
a way that you're expecting.
Not really, but
they're pretty cool,
I'm game.
right?
They were.
Yeah.
Actually, very entertaining. I was entertained.
They play covers of like, Rage Against the Machine, which is where they get their name from, but like other songs, with a brass arrangement, which I think is cool.
Okay.
I like the horns,
Yeah, definitely. It's different. It's definitely different.
Yeah. Okay. This segment is called Threats, but what I really want to call it is, what was that song that Robin Thicke stole from Marvin Gaye? Blurred Lines?
Blurred Lines.
That's what I want to call this segment.
Okay.
Blurred Lines.
Wow.
Here's why I want to call it that. We're going to talk about the fallout of a thing that isn't happening, and then an example of that thing that actually is happening. You follow me?
I'm with you.
Okay. Here is the thing that is not happening. There was no serious election fraud in the 2020 election. There's like handful of examples, like that guy who tried to vote on behalf of his wife, or these various Republicans who voted 4 and 5 times in Pennsylvania. But there is no evidence of widespread voter fraud in these United States, no matter what the right will tell you.
Well, no, I disagree. I think there have been laws and that have been passed and legislation, and there have been changes made to voters to prevent the fraud that happened, for example, in Texas. So there was, yeah.
Yeah, well, they are passing laws in response to a fraud that didn't take place. Yeah, that's fake news.
I missed that memo.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. So you and everybody else. Yeah. So, but because of the big lie that Trump keeps telling everybody about this election being stolen, Mike Lindell and all this stuff, and they're all on TV and just never ending blasting this out to their people, they have taken matters into their own hands. Specifically, what we want to talk about are these people who are threatening election officials in various places.
Well, this is serious, Mike.
It's very serious.
Okay.
What we're talking about is in at least we've got Colorado, Arizona, Vermont, maybe a few other states.
Wow.
Where the people whose job it is to count the votes, and I don't mean that they have any authority to change or do anything. They just literally,
but if I'm not mistaken,
to count stuff.
These are actual citizens who sign up, to do their civic duty.
Yeah, it's their
right.
job.
Go.
Some of them are volunteers, but most of them are like low-level government employees.
Okay.
Right. None of them are making a lot of money doing this. But what they're doing is something that they very much believe in, which is executing democracy.
Wow.
That's important, right?
Do you think?
We should have democracy.
Oh, I think we should.
I think so. These people do not. So they wanted the results to go a different way, but it didn't happen. Much like the Falcons, who are currently losing to the Patriots.
Oh, wow. Oh, my.
Who also wanted to win by 38 points against the Patriots in that Super Bowl, but didn't.
Yeah, not going to happen.
And instead
not gonna happen.
of taking their L and going home, imagine if what they did was call all of the other, let's say, special teams coaches of all of the other NFL teams, not even the one they played against, and said, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, this is...
Because that's what happened. These guys are calling up these officials, and they're leaving messages, or they're sending them letters and things. They're saying that they're watching their houses. They're saying you should put a fucking pistol in your fucking mouth and pull the fucking trigger.
That's
they're all
just
really
so inappropriate.
Yeah, well, yes. Way to downplay it, Changa. Yeah, so they're out there doing this, but the thing that's really alarming is that nobody's going to jail, nobody's even being investigated. In at least a couple of cases, when the reporters who are covering the story for Reuters called up the police or the FBI or the state, where this happened, they're like, hey, did y'all like investigate this? They're like, well, it came from a number that was kind of untraceable, so we couldn't figure it out. And Reuters was like, you mean this number that we just called and the guy answered?
Exactly.
Like, it's not that untraceable.
Exactly.
So, like, not only are they totally traceable, but I think, let me see, it was nearly all of them. I think it was 8 out of 9 of the people that they contacted were like, yeah, that was me, and this is my name, and this is where I live, and I'm ready. I'll do it again. Like, they're not shy about it. They're proud of themselves, I guess. And meanwhile, the FBI is like, well, that we can't trace the numbers.
Wow.
You big dummy.
Like, how does the FBI not have Google?
Wow.
They definitely have Google, right?
No. They probably still use Yahoo.
Oh, Alta Vista.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
They're using the Lycos.
Yeah, exactly.
It's old school.
Yeah.
Maybe they use Bing, that's why. Doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
They use, hey.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Proud of myself for that one. So they called and threatened everybody. And then the reporters called them up and were like, hey, did you do this? And they're like, yeah, we definitely did it.
Yeah,
8 of them, 8 out of 9 did so on the record, identifying themselves by name. In the 7 cases that legal scholars said could be prosecuted, because they ran this by some lawyers, law enforcement agencies were alerted by election officials to 6 of them, and the people who made those threats told Reuters that they never heard from the police. Because, of course, they did.
Wow.
All 9 harassers interviewed by Reuters said they believe they did nothing wrong. Just 2 expressed regret when told their messages had frightened officials or caused security scares. The 7 others were unrepentant, with some saying the election workers deserved the menacing messages.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a thing where people are threatening people they don't even know based on something that isn't actually happening.
See, but that sounds eerily like familiar to, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Might have happened.
I was just thinking out like, yeah.
Spain in the 30s or Italy in the 30s,
you know,
Germany in the 30s, or, you know, I mean, it's a thing. Belarus right now. I mean, we do know this script. It's not like a Tarantino thing where it just repeats itself because he's out of ideas. It's just, you know, it's like this is a thing that works.
Yeah, and it just amazes me at how everybody just wants to ignore or not pay attention to the signs, the warning signs.
Well, they need to be arguing about the baby and whatever her name is. There's some, I don't know.
What?
Black Twitter was on fire this week about this stuff. I don't. Yeah, it's garbage. I don't care.
Monica Lewinsky had a baby?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow. That is interesting.
Yeah. What's a Danny Lee? Is that the thing? That's the name of a thing?
That's her name.
What is it?
It's her name.
It's her name. It's a person. Oh, a Danny Lee is a person.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, good for her.
That stupid boxing bullshit.
We're not. We're
not doing that.
We're not going to care about that.
Okay,
moving on. But here's the thing that actually did happen.
Okay, all right.
Because of this dumb set of lies, there are people, some of which who are actually elected officials or county clerks or whatever, who believe that the election was stolen.
Okay.
Enter one Tina Peters.
Oh my.
Now, this is an interesting story about Tina.
Yeah.
Apart from her name being Tina Peters.
She's a hottie.
Yeah. No, that's Lauren Boebert. That's different. We're
that's the
talking
wrong
about
one.
Tina Peters. There's Tina Peters. Nah. Yeah.
That's Tina?
Yeah. That's, 30 years ago.
Okay.
All right. So early Tuesday morning, the FBI executed search warrants at 4 locations in western Colorado, which is where she is.
Okay.
This comes to us from the local affiliate there, NBC 11. According to Mesa County District Attorney Dan Rubenstein, the state attorney general's office and local authorities conducted the searches Tuesday in Mesa and Garfield counties. The court-ordered search was part of an investigation of alleged election security breaches conducted by Mesa County officials. Here's what happened.
Wow.
Tina Peters is the Mesa County clerk and recorder.
Okay.
Basically, her job is to oversee the office that, does elections, collects parking ticket money, issues permits and just bureaucratic stuff.
I got it. Okay.
She thinks that there was fraud in the election. So
Okay.
she broke into where the election machines
see,
are.
now that's actually effective. That's an effective method of gathering information.
Yeah,
remember Ronald Reagan did it back in the 60s, man.
Yeah, right. Actually, she didn't have to break in. She just walked in because it's her office.
That's no fun. Come on, Chip.
She hacked the machines and like wrote down all of their passwords and then distributed them to a bunch of people.
That's awesome. See?
So she committed actual election integrity violations in service of the big lie that Trump is telling her and that she believes. So then the Secretary of State of Colorado, her name is Griswold, had to toss those machines and get rid of them.
Wow.
Because they've been compromised.
Yeah.
The same thing happened in Arizona where the cyber ninjas ran their audit and carried the machines off to Montana or something. And they're like, well, the Italians used a satellite to put Chinese ballots in the things made of bamboo and radiation.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so then
they
bashed up the machines looking for the Italian bamboo.
There you go.
And then so now they're
These things
inoperable.
Got to be investigated, Chip. You know this,
well,
right?
We just got to check.
Okay.
Yeah, they were just checking. It's
exactly.
Right.
I mean,
So after she got raided, now remember, she's doing this in service of a lie. She continues with some extra lies, but it gets like petty and stupid in a way that I almost couldn't have imagined.
Okay.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna read you a couple of quotes. This is what Tina Peters said on the Mike Lindell show / live stream / insane idiot ranting on the corner.
Right. What did she say?
By the way, he's going to do a 96-hour Lindell-a-thon over Thanksgiving, starting the Wednesday before and ending the Sunday of. I can't imagine it's going to go nearly as well as his last attempt at this, which was supposed to be 36 hours, but they couldn't keep the stream on for more than like 15 minutes or whatever.
Wow.
It's going to be pretty funny. Okay.
I can't wait to hear what she has to say.
So she was on the Lindell show, and she said, quote, "Today, large teams of heavily armed federal agents using a battering ram using a battering ram to break down doors, raided the homes of Mesa County Clerk Tina Peters and several of her friends and colleagues, mostly elderly women in their mid-60s. This is a level of weaponization of the Justice Department we haven't seen since the McCarthy era. Thank God Tina wasn't protesting critical race theory in Virginia at a school board meeting, or they might have used 2 battering rams."
Oh, my.
So that was her lawyer who said that. Now, even in defending her client, this lawyer couldn't help but be a petty idiot. Well, if they were in Virginia and mad about teaching history, I would have 2 battering rams. Okay, all right. So then she came on the Lindell show, and she told everybody that the FBI raided my home at 6 a.m. this morning, accused me of committing a crime, and they raided the home of my friends, mostly elderly women. I was terrified. You see how they kind of like flip that, set that in there twice because they know their audience, right?
Yeah, she was terrified.
We have the same audience. A lot of elderly women love our show.
Yeah, and she was terrified, though.
And now with Changa here, we're going to get a lot more elderly women watching.
Yeah, hubba.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
Call the show.
Hey, man.
301-232-5700, Nancy Pelosi.
There it is.
Phone lines are open for you and only you.
There you go.
We're big in Baltimore. So that's what she said, right? And she said that they were in there for about 3 hours and they took all of her electronics and stuff.
Really?
Well, as it turns out, that isn't what happened. Because here's the statement. Yeah, she lied.
No, she doesn't lie.
Oh, yeah?
No.
She made it all?
Chip, she doesn't lie.
She did. Here is the statement from the actual Colorado Attorney General about this enforcement.
Okay.
Quote, "Yesterday, the 21st Judicial District Attorney's Office and the Colorado Attorney General's Office, along with our FBI partners, conducted authorized enforcement actions in support of an ongoing investigation into the alleged election system breach in Mesa County, period." That was a long sentence. "We have reviewed a statement from Tina Peters' Legal Defense Fund that claims a level of force during the execution of this joint federal-state law enforcement operation. no time was force used on Miss Peters or her home. No battering rams. Here's my favorite part. Miss Peters was allowed to move around her home and fix herself breakfast while agents gathered items before departing.
Oh, my.
Yes, we're issuing this statement to clear up inaccuracies about what occurred during yesterday's enforcement action. We will continue to conduct a thorough investigation based on the facts and the law, including using proper law enforcement tools, such as judicially authorized search that was executed properly in this manner.
Wow. This is uncharted territory. I must say, this is just uncharted territory for me because normally, law enforcement, they only lie on minorities that they lock up or
That's right.
Unlawfully detain.
Right.
But now they're lying about
they're lying
privileged white folks. This is,
where will it
end?
Where will it end,
outraged.
Changa?
I'm outraged.
Yes, on behalf of the oppressed white women of America, Changa is outraged.
Yes, I am.
I share your outrage.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, when's the last time she had to fix her own breakfast? The whole FBI was there. Not one of them could scramble an egg.
I just don't like it. I just don't like it.
Not one G-man offered to step up and fry her some bacon.
See, now that would have been the appropriate course of action to take.
I mean, in my experience, every time the FBI is rifling through my house, they're making toast, they're scrambling eggs, they're getting some scrapple ready. They're doing the thing. It's breakfast time, for God's sakes.
This is just,
She had to make her own breakfast. You imagine, what if she was like, you think she had to have a Pop-Tart or something quick and easy because she didn't really have time?
Ringing doorbells and stuff like that. Who the hell do they think they are? You're ringing a doorbell, you're knocking at my door.
And they didn't break anything in her house. What are we paying these guys for? Our tax dollars go. I watch the NCIS or whatever. They always have battering rams and SWAT teams.
That's
and
a really
shit.
good show, though.
Yeah, and these guys. You're showing your age.
No, but the other one, though, what's the Stablers coming? And am I getting off course here?
That's the Law and Order.
And Olivia, and they're like doing this like really good sensual hand.
They love each other now.
Oh man,
is that a thing? This show's been on longer than I've been alive.
But no, I'm sorry.
This show's been on forever. But okay, so I know that the cops can smash everything.
Oh yeah.
And they didn't. So I feel like Miss Peters cheated out of the opportunity.
Wow.
She could have had 2 battering rams. All she had to do was come to Virginia and protest learning about black people. And she could have gotten 2 battering rams.
Exactly.
But instead she got 0. That is what we're talking about.
Wow.
When people say that white people have privilege, I don't see it.
There it is.
I don't see it.
There it is.
Because this woman did everything right, and she did not get the full SWAT team experience.
Exactly.
Mayor Shai Calvo of Berwyn Heights, where we are now, had his dog shot in front of him by the cops.
And they were like, yeah, you deserved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And poor Tina Peters is like, hey, man, at least break my doorknob. And they're like, no,
who's
ma'am.
actually accused of a very serious crime.
Yeah, but they made her breakfast. No, she had to make her own breakfast.
No, she had to make her own breakfast.
You know who the real victim is? Tina Peters.
Yeah, don't distort the facts, okay?
Brian, can we put a picture of her back up on the screen so that we can show everybody what Tina Peters looks like?
Yeah,
I just want everybody to kind of get this image. Let's see if Changa can describe her to our listeners who can't see her.
See, I see it.
How would you describe her?
She's no Nancy Pelosi.
No, clearly not. Well, she's got blonde hair.
But kind of at the end of a run.
Yeah,
she looks a little tired, just a little bit.
Weak chin.
Yeah,
just not much of a chin. One of those chins that melts into her neck.
And
like a bowling pin.
Exactly.
She looks like a bowling pin.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a good way.
Yeah,
but if I had to describe her, the way I would describe her is somebody who has never had to make her own breakfast in her life.
Never. Not once.
And now,
not once.
The FBI came in and forced her to make her own breakfast.
Yeah. The pain of it all.
Yeah.
The struggle.
Her personal chef wasn't allowed to help.
No.
Oh.
Oh man.
I'm sure there's somebody we can call about that. This is what the world is coming to. Yes. Can we,
somebody we can
Somebody, I want to speak to the manager at the FBI.
Yes.
Chris Ray. Chris Ray. Get on the phone with Chris Ray, Brian. I want to talk to him about the way he's treating perps. That's unexcusable. We have rules in this country against cruel and unusual punishment. You're not supposed to be you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. We're not supposed to have extrajudicial punishment.
No, but listen, we've revised that. Remember, you now don't put your hand on top of the head when you put them. We don't do that anymore.
No, that's right. We don't want to be nice.
There you go.
Well, I don't know if that's the same FBI.
No, it isn't.
That was what Trump was talking about when he wanted to beat up criminals. He was like, they got to make their own breakfast.
But I thought there were if I'm not mistaken, are there not laws that say you're innocent until proven guilty?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh. But
the FBI just jumped the ship right here, and they were like, that's it.
Okay.
She's obviously guilty. Make your own breakfast, lady.
Wow.
That's a sentence.
A couple of eggs over easy.
Yeah.
Toast, coffee.
Chansley's got to do 41 months. She had to make her own breakfast.
She had to pull the press out. Yeah. French press.
Probably had to grind her own coffee.
Yeah. Wow.
The staff got sent home that day. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Speaking of getting sent home, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break while we talk to our personal chefs about how to get some damn drinks in this place.
And remember to vote during the break.
Vote for us. Go to ripradionetwork.com, click on the tab that says Rippies, and vote for us many times as you can.
As many times
while we're in the break. And then immediately when you hear us talking again,
stop the steal.
Stop that.
Yes. Stop the steal.
And then come back and watch us.
Yes, absolutely.
We have to stop the steal.
We'll be right back.
You're listening to Chip Chat on Rip Radio Network. Chip Chat here on Rip Radio Network. I'm your host, Chip. With me tonight is Changa.
Hey.
Now, Changa, we're friends.
We are.
We are friends. We became friends pretty much right away.
Yeah, it was a very quick and painless experience. Quick and painless.
That's not the way most of my friends describe meeting me. But the word pain is involved. All right, so, but like, it seemed natural. Right? We
Very natural.
had lots of stuff to bond over.
Yes.
And we right away knew, like, hey, this is going to work.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been my experience generally that that's kind of how it goes for me.
Yes.
You know, I meet somebody, and if I like them, they tend to like me back.
Right.
And then we're buddies.
Yeah.
That's for you?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
According to some psychologists from the University of Maryland. All right. Well, this is already getting a little suspect.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, Michigan is coming to College Park Saturday for a 3:30 game.
Oh, my.
Which I will be attending.
Hey, fear the turtle, baby. I mean, those Terps are pretty good, man.
They are not as good as Michigan. We're going to whoop their ass.
Okay. All right.
You heard it here first.
All right. That's wishful thinking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ask Indiana. So, all right. Anyway, so these folks over here in College Park, they decided that they were going to study whether people are good at making friends after they're grown-ups.
This is a good study, though, guys. This is actually a good study.
It turns out they say that it's difficult. They said, quote, sociologists have kind of identified the ingredients that need to be in place for us to make friends organically.
Okay.
And they are continuous, unplanned interaction and shared vulnerability.
Okay.
But as we become adults, we have less and less environments where those ingredients are at play.
Disagree.
Yeah, very strongly disagree. I mean, I meet random new people all the time.
Exactly.
And I am pretty open about my failings.
Absolutely.
So that makes it easy to be vulnerable.
Exactly.
And I think that works.
So let me just share with you, if I may, my take on this, Chip.
Yeah,
so
please.
I think that early on in childhood, the reason why it's very easy for kids to make friends, to be quite frank, and I don't want to oversimplify things, but just very matter of fact, is because when kids meet each other, their expectations are very low.
That's true.
All they want to do is have fun.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's true.
So what I've done as an adult is the same thing. I've watered things that, listen, the only thing that I want to do when I meet somebody.
Very little out of you.
That's very little.
That's
just
right.
All them expectations. I want to take you home to mama. I want you to put the lotion on my back.
No.
Stop it. Just stop. You know what? What do you like to do? Well, I like to read comic books. Let's read a comic book.
Yeah, right.
What do you like? I like to drink beer. Let's drink a beer.
Right. Whatever they're into, you're into it.
Exactly.
It's cool.
It's not that hard, but
according to these psychologists, it's very difficult.
It is not. Again, strip all of those expectations away. Man, listen, have a good time. Enjoy it. What do you want to do? Maybe I'm not into doing that, but we can do something.
Brian has.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the White Tiger himself has some stuff to add.
Oh yeah.
I'm recycling that one.
Well, yes. At what age group was these people being?
I don't know. The people quoted in this story.
Question.
One is people in their 30s and 40s have voiced how having kids or moving to a new city made it tough for them to form connections. They've got a quote here from somebody who's 42, another one who's 25.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean,
because I'm in beyond 40 group. You know,
Brian
40
old.
and 40 and fabulous, as they say.
Okay. All right. You look very good for your age, by the way, Brian.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The thing is, my thing is, it's like it. I want to say it's difficult. It's like you said, having fun is great. You know, hey, let's have a beer. Let's play some flag football or softball, whatever.
Exactly.
It's like after that fun is the conversations.
Right.
All those. It's one thing that's like, hey, let's talk about football. Let's talk about baseball, whatever. For guys thing. Girls, it could be about,
makeup,
Kardashians.
or the baby and Danny Lee thing, or things like that. But once you get to that political and religious shit,
right,
that's where the problem is.
Okay.
And I think nowadays, a lot of people are they just they either they can't find someone who's like-minded,
right?
Or B, they don't want to hear that bullshit anymore.
Okay.
So
yeah, I mean, I get it that people are tired of like, I'm always talking about the existential dread of the Nazis. Like, they're like, all right, man, we get it. And we're like, yeah, okay. But like, that is the whole thing. And that's my whole life. That's the thing I worry about the most. Like, that's me being vulnerable. But I like the Changa method, you know, to quote the famous 90s song, Hey, Jealousy, if you don't expect too much from me, you might not be let down.
There you go.
And I feel like that's your secret. I have zero expectations of you. You have very low expectations of me.
Exactly.
And it works out great.
Right. And when you but I think there are levels to Brian's point. There are levels to relationships. So,
sure.
And when you do advance to another level, then it becomes, you know, hey, listen, it's okay to be different.
It is.
It's okay to have a different opinion of something.
Of some
and
things.
It's okay to disagree upon some things.
Yeah, like you and I are still friends, even though you think that the continents are floating.
Exactly.
Which is insane.
Exactly. Listen. I've gone on record, and I'm going on record right now. I'm saying this: the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
It just is for me. Right?
Yeah, for you.
For me, it's flat, and that's okay.
Even though I know for a fact you've been in an airplane, so like
it's okay.
Okay.
Right? We can be different. We can agree to disagree
about some of those things.
About some things.
Yeah.
Right?
But if people are like, well, I'm not sure that Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
No. I don't think we can't be friends now.
Yeah, those are, you know, points where philosophical, deep
if
philosophical
the disagreement is whether or not
differences.
I should exist.
Exactly.
That's a problem.
That is a real problem.
Yeah. But I don't what seems strange to, so like a number of my friends posted this on their Facebooks and stuff. A number of my friends posted this on their Facebooks, and they're all talking. People are talking about this, and they're like, "Hey, it's kind of hard to make friends as grown-ups." But I will tell you that, like, you know, I stepped into curling. I made a whole bunch of friends. There was no trouble at all.
Right.
You know, I came here to Rip Radio 7 years ago. I've been doing this fake show for 7 years, and quite the community revolving around Rip Radio, and I've made plenty of friends through this, and you know, many of which who I hang out with or talk to on a very regular basis. I just can't see like what this supposed challenge is.
Yeah, see, I think what has happened is pop culture has become the let's see what we don't have in common, or let's focus on what we don't have in common versus what we do have in common.
Maybe.
And so that's what draws people in different directions, because we're focusing on our differences versus what we have in common, right?
Yeah, but differences, it can be common too. Like the thing that we're both not interested in is a thing that is common.
But at the end of the day, for a lot of people, and this is, again, where the topic comes from, it's so hard to make friends. We draw very firm lines, right? And that's it. If you don't like blue and I like blue, you can't be my friend. It doesn't matter that you like red and I like red, you like pink and I like pink, you like yellow and I like yellow. It all becomes about you don't like blue and I like blue, so we can't be friends.
So like the headline on this story is like, you're not uncool, it's just hard to make friends as an adult.
See?
I think that the answer is that flips. I think for uncool people, that's true. It is difficult to make friends. But you and I, we're cool. It's easy to make friends.
I agree. No. I agree with that. It's social, you know, I agree. It does play a part.
You're not a shy person.
No.
I'm not a shy person.
I'm definitely an extrovert.
So I don't have a problem running into, meeting a new person, talking about something, you know, just to listen to somebody else tell me about it.
Right.
You know, like that's all interesting to me.
It is.
Is that what makes us cool and everybody else losers?
Well, you put it like that.
I feel like,
in a word, yes. In a word, yes.
Here's what I think happened. The peace psychologist at Maryland was like, hey, how come I don't have any friends? And then instead of going, oh, it's because I'm not cool and I should just listen to people and share their experiences with them so that I can get to be friends with them. Yeah. She went, nah, it's because all the grown-ups don't like to be friends with each other.
Oh, wow.
And then published a paper.
Oh, wow.
What's the chance of that?
Yeah.
I think we should get, Professor Marissa G. Franco.
I think so.
On the show.
I think that is a great idea.
And we'll ask Professor Franco why she's not cool.
Yeah.
Because, there's a picture of her. She seems pretty cool.
Now, again, she does. But
I like her jacket. She's cool. She looks like she could be cool. She might be a Dallas fan. Oh. That could be why.
The worst.
Yeah,
Dallas
that's why she's got no friends. Maybe she's a Cowboys fan and people are like, I don't want to be friends with her.
Yeah, them Cowboy fans. I can't stand them.
Yeah.
Man.
And that's why
you can literally smell those fans. Man.
Yeah, you can tell. You can kind of like sense them coming.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like, why are you doing this?
Exactly.
No decent person of value is a Cowboys fan.
Exactly.
I think that's a universal truth.
I agree.
Same thing for Liverpool.
Agreement.
There's no good Liverpool
Santos,
fans.
baby. Huh?
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on?
All right.
But yeah, man.
So we're cool.
We are.
Professor Franco.
But again, I think that
how about this? If you're having trouble making friends as an adult and you feel like you're uncool, call us. Come to Chip Chat. We will be your cool wingman.
Yeah, definitely.
With one of us around, you're guaranteed to be cool.
Exactly.
We'll make you like a whole bunch of new friends, and then we'll wander off, and you can just enjoy life with all your new friends now.
And you will. We'll make sure that you
some friends.
Exactly. Embrace the suck, baby.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Your own vulnerability is what attracts people to you.
Exactly.
And you're a weird nerd.
I am.
And people like that.
They love it.
Yeah. I'm a whatever this is.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't even know.
And plus, listen, I don't want to, again, oversimplify things, but at the end of the day, man, people just want to feel good about themselves.
Well, and to be yourself. They can tell if you're lying.
Oh, definitely.
If you're faking it.
Definitely. People want to be who they are.
This
with no judgment.
Is making too big a deal about something.
Yeah. No.
It's definitely up to
something. Say your stupid off the wall comment, play your stupid off the wall music and thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like, but okay.
Right.
It's okay.
Yeah. I've seen you dance in public.
Okay.
It is very embarrassing for all of us. But you keep doing it.
And it's okay.
And it works. People like it.
There you go, man.
Sort of.
It's okay.
Yeah. It is okay. That's the right answer.
Yeah.
It's okay. Doesn't have to be great.
Come on, man. No.
It's fine.
No.
It's good.
It doesn't. It's okay.
I have very low expectations of most of my friends.
There you go. And again, me too.
And they have no expectations of me.
Yeah, I think, when we first met,
they were like, what can this guy do?
Yeah.
Just probably nothing.
Yeah, but I was pleasantly surprised when we first met.
Turns out I can do a few things.
You can do a lot.
I can
of
talk.
Stuff. You got
endlessly.
I like it though.
About garbage.
I like it.
Like peace psychologists from Maryland.
Yeah, but no,
who we're gonna whoop on Saturday.
We should definitely, Tez. We need to send him on another assignment. We need to
go talk to her.
No pressure, but he needs to kind of produce.
Professor Franco, Tez.
Yeah, he needs to produce.
It's time for him to pull his weight as a producer. I
was thinking the same thing.
He just shows up and does funny things, and I do all the work.
Listen,
I
didn't want to say it like that, but since you said it and he's not here, and you're gonna have to answer to him, hey, that's just what it is.
Thanks. Changa threw me right under one of those 7,000 series trains.
The chains that aren't working?
Yeah,
man.
They can't run me over.
No,
they're all derailed.
No, they can't. Yeah, no.
All right. Tell you what, before we derail this any further, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about flaming books and flaming idiots. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, I have some pretty strong opinions.
Yeah, you're in for it here on Chip Chat. You're listening to Chip Chat on Ripped Radio Network.
Chip Chat.
right, welcome back to Chip Chat here on Rip Radio Network.
Hey,
I'm
guys.
your host, Chip. With me tonight is Changa.
Chang-a-lang, 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 chang-a-lang.
You got a lot of names. They all, yeah. Changa the Destroyer.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I don't know what else goes with Changa.
Yeah, that's kind of
It's
tough
that
to
game
kinda-
that if you
yeah.
pull the wrong thing and it
See,
tumbles
but
over.
Jenga, I love Jenga.
I know.
Yeah, that's actually
Jenga.
That's a really fun game.
I bet.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I
man.
can imagine like what happens if you lose to Changa at Jenga.
Yeah. That won't be good.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not.
It rhymes.
I don't know. It does. It does.
One of the things Tez can do that neither of us can do is he can rhyme.
Really?
Yeah.
So
It's like an
Tez,
actual-
wait a minute. Tez has bars? Is that what
does.
you're saying?
He has actual albums of bars.
Oh my.
He's like an actual
Wow.
MC.
Okay. All right.
My initials
Okay,
are
Tez.
MC. He's a real MC.
Yeah?
That's how that works.
Well, I never thought about it like that. Yeah.
There's a De La Soul song about that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Everybody wants to be an MC. Yeah. Okay, so
All right.
let's talk about flaming books and flaming idiots. My Fair Commonwealth shows up again in the news.
Flaming books.
We've been in the news a lot lately.
Wow.
This one takes us in a journey down to
Wow.
Spotsylvania County.
Wow.
Spotsylvania County is, it's like 2 counties south of D.C. So you got Fairfax, and then you got Prince William, and then the next one is Spotsy, or maybe it's Stafford and then Spotsy. I don't know, but it's down there. It's down there where the people start having trouble, reading.
Yeah.
But fortunately, they don't have to worry so much about that anymore. Here's what happened.
Wow.
The Spotsylvania County School Board initially wanted to ban a bunch of books.
Wow.
Now,
Okay.
you are a student of history.
I am.
I know from experience that when people start talking about banning books, nothing good can come of that.
Nothing good.
You can choose
Nothing.
not to read things.
No thing.
But
Yeah.
no, banning books, big
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
They took it a step further, though. Then they said,
Really?
well, we want to burn the books.
So, I would be remiss if I did not express my disappointment.
Yes.
You would think that a people, a species, human beings would evolve into something much greater than burning books.
Well,
Like,
one of the school board members, whose name is Rabbi Abu Smail, said that he said, quote, I think we should throw those books in a fire.
wow.
And then Kirk Twigg, who's the other school board member who wanted to burn all the books,
Wow.
said that he would like to see the books first before they burn them. They were about to burn stuff they've never even...
Yeah, but I got mixed feelings about that because he kind of did pull it back a little bit. He said he wanted to see the
Yeah, and
books
he's
before
like, well, maybe
burnt.
we ought to see him.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what's so ridiculous about the story. First of all, the books that they're worried about are books that have the word gay in them. And they're like, well, if we have books with the word gay in them, it's going to turn our children gay.
I agree with that because there are no gay people in the earth right now. I agree with that.
Yeah, right. That's
Yeah?
how that works? No?
Oh, no. Oh, I thought.
I think
that's
you
how-
might have got that one
Shit. I'm
mixed
sorry.
up.
I apologize.
They also, of course, want to ban Toni Morrison because, who doesn't want to ban Toni Morrison these days?
Wow.
Well, she's black and a Nobel Prize winner.
Yeah.
And Pulitzer winner.
Yeah, just like there
National
are
Book
no
Award, like probably
gay
greatest writer of the
people,
century.
and we want to, just pretend that gay people don't exist. We just want to pretend that gay people do not have a valuable contribution to humanity. Am I? Yeah, no. I
Well,
don't
one of
want
the
to.
books
I don't want
they
to be that
wanted
guy.
to
I don't want to
ban
sound
was
like
Call
that.
Me by Your Name, which became like an Oscar-winning movie.
Okay.
They didn't want that. They also did like a search and found 172 hits for the word gay and 84 hits for the word lesbian.
And
in all of their books in the school
Okay.
libraries.
right, so
Well, that was very offensive to them, apparently.
Wow.
So
wow.
they were all set to burn the books, and then the students and the teachers and literate people were like, "Hey, man, don't do that." And so then they had like this school board meeting, and the people came out, and they spent hours, apparently 3 and some odd change hours, saying like not to do this, and the school board voted 5-2 to rescind their formerly unanimous decision to burn all the books.
Okay.
They're like, whoa.
So
maybe we
calmer
shouldn't do that.
heads prevail, which is I listen. I will never hold it against an entity or an individual who sees the error in their ways and corrects them.
That's yeah.
I disagree.
Wait a minute.
Okay, all right,
Hold on,
let's
Brian.
go.
Before you interject,
yes,
I want to give another key piece of context here.
Go ahead.
One of the school board members, his name is Baron Braswell, said like, "Hey, maybe we ought to check and see like what the deal is."
Okay.
So he checked with the like attorneys.
Okay.
Found out that this would have likely been unconstitutional in violation of the First Amendment. Also, Braswell said that he wanted to rescind the book removal because of the school district's attorney, and also it turns out there's already a process in place in Spotsylvania County to, quote, challenge books and ask that certain students don't read them.
This is awesome.
But, of course, none of the school board knew that when they unanimously voted
to rule it out.
To burn the books.
Wow.
Yes. Okay, Brian, now explain to us why you're in favor of burning books.
I'm intrigued. Here's what I'm
the man as white as the pages of the soon-to-be burned books disagrees.
No, what I'm fully disagreeing on is the school board itself.
Okay. Shouldn't exist. Ban school boards. Burn them all.
Not just, it's like it needs to be progressive. And I've been through a lot of quote unquote school board election debates and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to film them.
Yeah, sadly. And as non-entertaining as they are, but the thing is, how many people show up? I just see grandparents.
Like a couple dozen?
Yeah, a couple dozen. And that's it.
And a lot of the people who are on the board are not parents, not teachers.
And pretty much they're far removed from as you can ever think, and especially that having that mention the fact that like, hey, you didn't even read any of these books proves that you have no connection to whatsoever what's going on.
That is a problem.
So to me, it's just like
that is a problem.
The school board across the country is freaking bullshit. I'm sorry. And I really think it needs to be progressively changing. And you really got to give people who sadly enough, if you have a quote unquote student elected board member, the student knows what the fuck is going on more so than any of the board members.
It happens to them.
Yes.
Exactly.
The school decision should be made by people who actually are affected by them and people who know any damn thing about it. I am perfectly qualified to discuss, I don't know, curling and air conditioning. I am not in any way, shape, or form qualified to discuss education of any kind.
So pretty much with any of these Spotsylvania residents who have major complaints about a book that I don't know, they barely read.
Right. Yeah.
And you end up complaining because probably someone told you to say, hey, there's X amount of numbers of the word gay in it, and you just don't like gay people.
Well, Greg Abbott of Texas called Toni Morrison pornography, which that was pretty interesting.
Have you read Beloved?
Yeah, but it's certainly not pornography.
No.
It's explicit and awful and terrifying and gross.
But it's a book.
Yeah, but it's a book. Wow. And also, like, there's this obvious thing here that's going on, which is that they don't want people to read.
Wow.
And that's a real thing. Like, societies where the people don't read, societies where the people are undereducated are ripe for oppression. That's how authoritarian organizations or governments work, and they limit information and access to it, and this is exactly the kind of stuff. And to see this happening here in America, and it's always white Christian conservatives. Yeah. This is never like anybody else going like, wow, we got to ban these books.
Exactly. Like,
you know, we've talked about on this show plenty. If there's somebody who's saying or writing something that makes you uncomfortable, just don't fucking read it or don't listen to it. Just turn it off. It's not like a big problem. You know, turn it off.
But it's complete rubbish. I mean, just if you want, listen, let's have a conversation about whatever it is that's bothering you.
Well, that they don't want to do that. Why does the word gay bother you so much?
I think that's a very, very good question.
It's a very good question.
It is.
Because often the answer turns out to be because they are.
Right, and that's not,
which is fine.
No, that's not fine. Listen. We are human. We are a master of this universe. Human beings.
Yeah, we've altered our entire planet irreparably. Apparently,
we can definitely come up with words, sentences, symbols, if you like, however it is, to communicate to each other how we feel. This is not out of the realm of what we do as a master of this.
We've invented language.
Exactly.
And some of us wrote it down. And then some other ones wanted to burn that.
No. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about it.
Well, they don't want to do that.
Therein lies the issue.
They want to burn the thing.
Therein lies the issue. We need to talk about it. We need to seek to understand exactly what's going on.
Frequent guest of Chip Chat, Celeste Headley, is often making the case through her various books and most viewed TED Talk of all time that people should just talk to each other. Have conversations. Yeah. Her new book, by the way, called Speaking of Race, is out. You should get it or order it for your family, for Christmas or, Hanukkah or whatever is coming up. It's a great thing to talk about. We're going to have her on the show, hopefully in the winter.
All right.
She's busy riding the previous Chip Chat bump.
Wow.
We made her very famous.
That's important work.
The Chip Chat bump?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. Made her whole career.
There it is. You heard it here
first. We are personally responsible for her success.
Absolutely.
We can prove it. It's true. Trayon, if you want to become mayor, come on the show. All right, so that's the flaming books. Okay. Now let's talk about flaming idiots. We all know that the vaccines are good, that they work, that they're saving lives. Yes. They're fantastic.
Yes, they are.
I got boosted last week.
Wow,
it's very exciting.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah. I was Johnson, so I was eligible. I got a Pfizer booster.
Wow.
Well, I took the black vaccine.
You did?
Johnson vaccine.
Okay.
It's Johnson.
All right, man.
How do you know? I don't trust the white guy vaccine. But it's called Johnson.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, so I got boosted. Everybody I know is all vaxxed up and all that stuff. You're walking through this world feeling, like a suit of armor.
Mine. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of it.
Yeah. I am a little annoyed, to say the least, about people who won't get their shot. Because I feel like they're putting us all in danger. And I'll tell you why later in another segment about how viruses can circulate in other populations.
Okay.
And then come back to get you.
Oh
dear.
My. Oh, my.
Yeah. So, anyway, the anti-vax idiots have, some of them, been forced to get vaccinated by the mandates at their jobs or in their states or whatever.
Right.
And that's all very good.
It is.
And to make it even better, they have come up with various detoxes, heavy air quotes, detox. To unvax themselves after they take the shot.
Now that requires additional explanation. I don't
so they think that they can go and get the shot, get recorded, get their card, and thus keep their job. But then they can go run home and do these various things to undo it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are we talking about here?
So some of the things sound pretty, harmless, right?
Okay.
They want to take baths in baking soda and Epsom salts and stuff because they think that there's radiation in the vaccine. And they think that'll help absorb it. And that's all, harmless. Sure, you can take a Epsom salt bath.
But wait a minute. So if I take a Epsom salt and baking soda bath, then I can reverse the...
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
No, I want not say again. I'm sorry,
there's
Brian.
another ingredient.
Yeah, there's another ingredient.
Yeah, you have borax. So they want you to then add borax, which you probably know is laundry detergent. Borax. Now, they want you to add a whole cup of it, and they said it'll, quote, take the nanotechnologies out of you.
The nanotechnologies.
They also think that there's this thing called liquid computers.
Oh, my.
That are in the vaccines. And,
oh, my.
Yeah. They've also come up with these ideas where they're using cupping.
Wait a minute.
You may
cupping.
know. Yeah. Cupping is that thing where you've seen like Michael Phelps with all those sort of weird round circles on him?
Yes.
Okay.
I always wanted to get a couple of those.
Yeah, because it looks like it would feel good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, put it here. It
does feel good.
Okay,
My brother's
all
had
right.
it a couple times.
Okay.
But it's not going to help take any of the vaccine out.
Oh,
it isn't going to
man,
hurt you.
that sucks.
It's fine.
That sucks.
Well, it does suck. That's the thing. They think it'll suck the vaccine right out of you.
Yeah, man.
They think also if they like slice the little spot where the vaccine is and then like, use a plunger or something, they
Listen,
can suck it out.
bloodletting. Listen, I am a huge fan. Brian, I'm a huge fan of bloodletting.
Yeah.
Dude,
You
let me
have
tell
a medicine cabinet full of leeches.
Listen.
Yeah.
I love it. I think
Famous
it
for it.
works. When I'm at home in privacy of my bathroom with my lotion and my oil. Listen, I do
just slice
bloodletting.
some stuff.
I do bloodletting.
And
I
what is
do.
it? What has it yielded for you?
Nothing.
Yeah. You haven't gotten COVID.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So it must be working.
I haven't, but yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all the leeches.
Yeah.
So they also have like all these other like really insane ideas about things, most of which are pretty harmless, but some of them are really bad, like these restrictive diets and chelation, hyperbaric chambers, and all this kind of stuff. But like, more power to you.
No.
Like,
stop
good.
it.
I'm happy that the anti-vax idiots are getting vaccinated because it makes us all a lot safer.
It does. It does.
If they then want to go home and do whatever kind of witchcraft they think is going to fix it, that's fine too.
Listen,
if
man.
the thing they think is going to unvaccinate themselves
man.
also happens to be harmful and maybe leads to their removal from the gene pool, all the better for the rest of us. Again, this is about making us as a species safer.
Listen, Chip, people have rights, man.
They do have rights. And I would encourage anybody who thinks that they want to drink that miracle mineral solution.
Don't drink the solution. Guys, listen. This is the disclaimer on Chip Chat. Do not drink the solution, okay? Don't.
Don't. But
Okay.
if you think you should,
Okay.
we support that. Like, go for it.
Don't drink the solution, guys. You
We'll
heard
pay
it
for
here. Don't drink
Changa will
the
pay
solution.
for it.
Don't drink the solution.
The miracle mineral stuff.
Wow.
It's bleach.
Wow. Don't
I'm
drink
not
it.
telling you that,
Don't
but it is
drink-
bleach.
Don't drink the solution, guys.
A lot of people are.
Listen, don't.
Make sure you shove that ivermectin right up there.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't work unless you get it all the way in.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Quickly, in the segment called "The Fuck," looks like the good folks at Heinz figured out how to grow tomatoes on Mars.
See, now this is something we should have dedicated more time to. Growing tomatoes on Mars. This is
Well, they
like,
didn't actually
awesome.
grow them on Mars. They grew them in what they say is like a Martian environment.
Now I'm disappointed.
But also like with real gravity. Mars, of course, is a lot smaller than Earth, so the gravity's a lot lower.
But Chip, that's a real letdown, man. I'm
I know.
like all for Mars, baby.
Well, the other big letdown is that this stuff isn't available yet for quite some time. I'm very interested to try some Mars ketchup.
I listen. I'm with you.
Would you try the Mars
I
ketchup?
would most definitely try the Mars ketchup.
It's the red planet. It
Exactly.
couldn't be more perfect for ketchup.
It couldn't be more appropriate.
It's a whole planet made of
A
ketchup.
whole planet. Wow.
Yeah. Since my Twitter got suspended, I haven't heard back from my Rover friend. I used to get tweets from the Rover.
Really?
From Percy.
Oh wow.
Like tweeted at me
That's
directly.
impressive. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was really impressive.
Wow.
And then I got suspended
Mm-hmm.
for wishing Ted Cruz well. I was trying to be nice.
I
to
would have
him.
spinned your ass too if you.
I
wished
told
Ted
him.
Cruz
I told
well.
him.
Man.
I hope he
Nah.
enjoys.
No, you
his
cross
illness.
lines, man. You cross lines, man.
I was
No,
trying to
don't
be
do
nice
that.
to him.
Don't do that. No.
Speaking of nice,
Nice.
Taylor Swift.
I love Taylor Swift.
You do love Taylor Swift. You've made
Yes.
that very clear on our
Yes.
show. There's a person. Her name is Olivia Troy.
Okay.
She was a staffer for Mike Pence. This is a wonderful picture of her, Brian. Good job. She looks really happy.
Very happy she does.
She was working for Pence. She was a Homeland Security counterterrorism expert, and she, was in a meeting, and she was like, "Hey, we should try to stop the coronavirus." And all the Trumpistas were like, "No, we should have more coronavirus." And she
Okay.
was like, "No, definitely not. We should stop the virus."
We should. Right.
And they were like, "No, drink bleach." And she was like, "You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm leaving." So she goes back to her office and she's like, I can't believe I work with these idiots. And she does what a lot of people might do. She turns on a Taylor Swift record and blasts it, to kind of feel a little better.
See, that's what,
That's a reasonable thing to do.
Again, that is awesome.
It's a thing you do.
It is.
Well,
listen, I want to put on a cardigan sweater like right now, bro.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
So then another staffer comes down the hall and knocks on her door and goes, hey, are you trying to get fired? And she goes, for what?
For what?
Losing an argument about the coronavirus?
Okay.
And he goes, no.
No,
it's because Trump hates Taylor Swift because she doesn't like him. And if he finds out you're listening to her, he's going to fire you.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that is just so
That's next level petty.
It is. Taylor Swift is as American as apple pie, man.
Well, Trump hates America. I mean, he's made that very clear.
Yeah, now that you made that point.
Tried to overthrow it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the real victim. Now,
let's talk about it.
The way this game works is we tell a news story, and it has a victim.
Okay.
But we have to figure out who the real victim is.
Okay. All right. I'm with you.
Now, you may remember that earlier in the show we played a song from a band called Brass Against.
Yes.
Brass Against
very good.
It was great.
Yeah.
They were performing at the Welcome to Rockville Festival in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Okay.
A thing happened while they were performing. I don't know exactly how to describe this. Let's see. I think there's an actual word by word thing. During Brass Against's set at Welcome to Rockville, the lead singer, Sophia Urista, singled out a male fan in the crowd with a beer can on his head. Okay. So far, okay.
All right.
She called him up onto the stage while the band was covering Rage Against the Machine's Wake Up.
Okay.
Great song. Yep. She then told him to lie down on the stage, at which point she pulled down her pants and urinated on his face.
Oh, my word.
The man, seemingly thrilled by the act, then proceeded to stand up and spit the liquid into the audience. Now, the band has been banned from Daytona Beach, NASCAR somehow, and also probably Florida.
Yeah.
Who is the real victim in this story, Changa?
Chip, this is... I'm sorry, man. This is where I get off the bus. I got nothing. Listen, I'm sorry. I really am. I got nothing.
You don't know who the real victim is?
Listen,
Brian thinks he knows, but I think it's obvious who the real victim is.
The floor is yours, Brian.
Go ahead.
I think the real victim are the NASCAR fans.
Yes.
For not being able to sponsor this event, properly. I mean, this, right there, you got, Sophia is Urista. I mean,
her name
alone.
It's Urista.
Yeah, that right there is pure gold. NASCAR missed out on this.
I feel like, so to follow your vein, yes, the real victim are a bunch of these NASCAR fans because a lot of them desperately want a woman of color to pee on them.
Right.
But they don't want to say it out loud. But this guy got it, and they all didn't. They're very jealous. But no, the real victim, of course, are the fine folks at Pabst Blue Ribbon, because undoubtedly...
Hey, be careful now.
My favorite beer, undoubtedly... I'm wearing their hat.
I've noticed, and don't mess with PBR, baby.
I feel like PBR is the real victim here, because while people often compare their beer to being pissed on or piss in a can, this gentleman actually had a can of beer and chose instead piss.
Wow.
And so all of their notoriety and fame and branding that they've developed since, I think, according to my hat, 1844, was... shall we say, pissed away in a moment by Sophia. That's the real victim. Is PBR.
Yeah.
Okay. Last real victim
and
story
she's very
here.
attractive, ladies and gentlemen. So give her that.
Huh?
She's very attractive.
Brian likes her. Brian, would you let her pee on you?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh,
Brian's into it.
Brian's into it. Okay,
Sophia,
Brian.
come on the show.
Hey, it's a fetish. Hey,
we can hook you up with the White Tiger.
There you go. Brian says
I mean, she apparently likes white guys, so
There
you know, would have
right
been
up
all
your
right.
alley, Brian. It's right in your
Hey, we don't
wheelhouse.
judge here on Chip Chat.
No, absolutely not.
Whatever you're into, you know.
We talked about that.
Water
right?
sports
The
is good
friend
for
section, remember
presidents.
that?
It's good for our
it is.
producer.
It definitely is.
I mean, it doesn't hurt anybody.
It does not.
This gentleman seemed to enjoy it.
There you go.
Okay, speaking of fetishes, deer.
Deer.
Yeah, not like oh deer or deer
no.
Changa. I mean, like, you know, the fuzzy delicious things with the antlers.
Oh, yeah, listen. I enjoy. Now I'm going to put on my proper cap here.
Yeah.
Okay? I do enjoy some venison.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Oh my gosh.
It's made of Bambi.
Yeah. Oh, what? Whoa, you tricked me. It's not bad. Don't do
Bambi's
that. You
mom.
tricked
Sorry.
Me. You tricked me. But no. I love venison.
It is.
But go ahead.
It's
very
fantastic.
tasty. It
okay.
is.
So while you love to eat the deer,
I do.
And so do I. Some people are apparently in close enough contact with these deer frequently enough
Okay.
that we are now worried about COVID-19 emerging in white-tailed deer.
No.
Yes, since SARS-CoV-2, the coronavirus that causes COVID-19 first emerged, there have been several signs that white-tailed deer would be highly susceptible to the virus, and that many of these animals are catching it across the country. In September of last year, computer models suggested that SARS-CoV-2 could easily bind to and enter the deer's cells. In a recent survey of white-tailed deer in the Northeast and Midwest found that 40% of them had antibodies for COVID-19, which means that they got it.
I cannot believe that I'm hearing this.
So how are they getting it? It's an airborne thing for sure, but like people aren't, eating in cafeterias with deer.
Exactly.
So how are they getting it?
Wow.
People are in close contact with deer. And we know from the CDC that to spread this, you need to be in close contact for more than 15 minutes at a time.
Very close proximity.
Now, I grant you, it's difficult to get deer to wear the masks, because they don't have thumbs. It's hard to put it on.
Yeah.
And, only the males have the antlers.
Right.
I mean, it's obvious if they've got antlers, they should be wearing their mask, right?
Definitely. The deer should be wearing a mask.
Yeah.
No problem.
But the female deer, they don't have the antlers.
Yeah. So they got a kind of hard way to go.
Right.
Yeah.
So I get it. All right. They get a pass.
Wow.
But they got to stay outside. They can't come indoors. No problem, right? Except apparently people are in close proximity with these deer for long enough that they've managed to pass this virus on. And
this is awful.
Now, the thing that seems obvious is that they're feeding them, right? And that's where that contact
but
is
do
taking
you really
place.
get close?
That's
when
what
you're
I'm wondering.
Have you seen those videos?
That's what I'm wondering. Like,
no, I haven't.
There's a lot of videos.
Brian's got videos of people in close contact with deer. Wait, are they not safe to play on Chip Chat? I don't want to show that.
No, you don't want to show those. I've seen enough deer videos or friendly deer videos where people have their animals. They're up there feeding, like you said, feeding them. And these are wild deer. These are not like the ones.
Yeah, but they've learned that this person is going to feed them. So this is because people are feeding the deer.
Right.
These are the same people that are causing all these car accidents because the deer are all out here on our streets.
This is terrible. This is terrible.
We got to get the deer off the streets.
We got to. We have to help the deer. It's, fear the deer, baby.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, especially because they're going to give us COVID.
Wow.
So remember what I said earlier about like this population of unvaxxed people?
Yes.
So like the deer could basically create a refuge for the virus to hang out even after we're all vaxxed, and then it could mutate and grow and then come back and hit us again.
This is so not good.
Yeah, it's really freaking bad. Stop feeding the deer, eat the deer, but also get your goddamn shots.
Yeah.
Wear your mask
man.
and stop cuddling deer. I have no choice but to draw a direct line from Trumpista anti-vaxxers to deer fuckers. I'm now going to call all of the Trumpista anti-vaxxers
I didn't want to go
fuckers.
there, but Chip, he went there.
They must be, right? How else could this transmission be going on?
I don't know, but I agree with you.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go there, but yeah.
Donald Trump, president of the deer fuckers.
Oh, wow. Oh, my.
See, they like this sign about, let's go Brandon, because they're afraid to say things.
Right.
Donald Trump supports deer fuckers. Wow. See how hard that is?
You heard it here
just
first.
Say it.
You
Deer
heard
fucker.
It. Chip Chat.
Donald
you heard
Trump
it here first.
A deer fucker.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
why
bold take.
Melania
That's
looks
a very bold take.
won't hold his hand. because she knows where it's been.
Yeah, exactly.
I know you've been fucking those deer,
these
Donald.
Eerily, like little bitty hands.
He has tiny hands. That's why the deer like him. They got those little hoofs.
Wow.
Yeah, he fits right in.
Wow.
And gets a hold of the antlers.
Oh.
All right.
That's TMI. That's
you
TMI.
hear that music, which means we've come to the end of the show. So we have to say, we got to say thank you to you.
It's been live. Well, no, I need to say thank you to you guys. I mean, Brian, Chip Chat, Ted. Listen, you guys have been wonderful. You've allowed me to come on, and I had a great time. And thank you.
You learned about all kinds of stuff.
All kinds.
You were
of
not
stuff.
prepared for deer fuckers.
I was not prepared for that.
No. But now you can't unring that bell.
I cannot. But it's okay.
But thank you, Changa, for hanging out with us.
Thanks, guys.
And it's a shame that you still struggle to make friends, but it's nice anyway. Thanks to our radio partners, Stitcher, Google, Spotify, iTunes, Amazons, all those guys. Thanks to NOTN for keeping us on for another week. Twice a week now. They play our show twice a week, which is amazing. They also play a lot of church shows, so I'm sure the Deer Fuckers is going to go well with them. Thanks to our home on the interwebs, coplaymedia.com. And thanks, as always, to our family here at Rip Radio for making us sound as smooth as Odell's NFL career.
Yes.
All right, Changa, where can everybody follow you on the social medias if you want them to?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, you don't
Chip
have
Chat?
those? Yeah.
No. Yeah.
All right, just follow the show. You can follow me on Twitter at ChipChatRR since Chef Chip is still suspended, thanks to Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
You can follow us on Facebook
baby.
or Instagram at RipChipChat, and you can, of course, find us every Thursday night at 9:30 here on Rip Radio Network.
9:30.
I'm
You
Chip.
know what it is.
That's Changa.
Yeah.
You've been listening to Chip Chat on Rip Radio Network.